Good now, everybody, and welcome back to Faceless Labs. It's Evan and Alex here, and today we are going over CryptoSnapshot.net, the Swiss Army knife to help you become a more strategic crypto investor. Cool catchphrase for a free tool built by some of our friends. Crypto Snapshot over on TikTok helped out with some web development by Cosmic Crypto. We're going to take a look at it, some of the different tools they have there, the strategies you can implement, whether you're a beginner or a more experienced crypto user, and then we're going to give them a little feedback to see how, from our biz dev perspective, they might take this thing to the next level. And we're so excited to share it with you and to see what you think about it too. So if you want to play along, the link is in the description and you can find their handles below as well. I know Crypto Snapshot specifically does a lot of tutorial videos for each of these features, and you definitely want to check those out. Alex, would you do me a favor and pull this website up so we can dig right into this bad boy? So Alex, give this thing a scroll and tell me, just from a layout perspective, what do you think about the website? Straightforward, clear as mud?
Yeah, so the first thing that I noticed is just that they are actually regularly improving this. This looks better than the very first time I ever looked at this site, even just a few weeks ago. So overall, I think it's looking better and better. Clearly, a little bit of a work in progress, but I think it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, they've definitely made big changes. And I love that, unlike a lot of crypto websites I go to, I know immediately like what I'm here for. I know exactly what the product is, if it's for me or not. Oh, tools to help me become a better crypto investor, all-in-one crypto solutions makes sense to me, right?
Yep.
I wish more websites would do that, so take note.
Yeah, instantly, that is the first thing that I notice. I think the only thing that I wish from this was that this large block of text was not just kind of randomly down here. But
sure.
You know, like we said, work in progress.
Work in progress. Now let's get into some of these tools. So you can see across the top, they've got a couple of different drop-down menus. We're going to head over in order to this budget tools one first. Alex, go ahead and highlight that so people can see there's a compound interest calculator and a monthly budget planner. Let's click on that budget planner first. If you're in crypto, you're hoping to invest your funds smartly, then you need to have a budget. You need to have a plan for where your money's going. And this, like many of the features on this website, is a plug and play sort of thing. So Alex or I could go in here and we could start with our monthly income. And as you scroll down, you can see that it has little baskets for all these different categories that people spend money on. And Alex, go all the way to the very end. We're not going to fill this whole thing out. Let everybody do it on their own. But you can see that at the end of this document, once you've gone through, added all your custom expenses for needs, wants, anything else that might be in your budget, then you have the option to either clear the form and start over, or you can send this form to a document. You can save it as a PDF or even as a spreadsheet so that you can start working on it yourself and make updates to it. And the second feature I want to highlight is this description down here. All of these tools on this website have this, what it does, how to use it primer. So even if you're not familiar with it, you can get a sense of, is this thing for me or not?
Something that immediately jumps out at me with this is just how useful outside of the world of investing in crypto this layout is and how easy this looks to use. I think that's pretty cool because I am sure, myself included, and I like to consider myself like rather financially savvy with regards to my personal finances. I mean, I need a constant reminder to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on my budget and adjusting as needed. So I'm sure that regardless of whether or not you were trying to like find the amount of your income that you were going to allocate to an investment, this is a good thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Really
for
cool.
Sure.
Really cool.
Yeah. Let's head over to research tools, that tab next. And there are a lot of different things you can do here, okay? Some of them are going to be a little intimidating maybe, but they're all very useful, like the market cap dominance calculator, the trending coins, the meme coin magic. It's all really fun. We'll show you how one of these works. Click into the tokenomics calculator for me, Alex. All of these tools in the research tools tab, they function a similar way. You start by pulling the token name or the ticker, and when you click fetch data, this calculates information based on the CoinGecko API. And Snapshot has let me know that sometimes, because they're using the free API, you might have to click it once or twice. You might have to refresh or come back and wait again because there's a limit on how much data they can fetch. But it will show you the token supply, the circulating supply, the current price, so that you can make a more informed decision about, okay, what's really going on underneath the hood of this token in one single little screen. That's what I like about having these tools like this. You could go to CoinGecko, and Alex, you and I go there all the time to pull this information, but it can be maybe a little intimidating or overwhelming to have all of the information on one screen.
Right.
It's helpful for somebody who wants to kind of slow down a little bit and just look at one thing at a time and really maybe get to know what this information means, right?
Yeah, it's nice to have. I mean, it's kind of just a personal preference thing. You know, I like some front ends more than I like other front ends, and so if this design, you know, does a better job of kind of isolating that one thing that you're looking at, that's way more beginner friendly than getting all of it all at once.
Okay, now let me take you over to the exit strategies tab. This is something we get a lot of questions on from people on the show, people in our community, is like, how do I create an exit strategy? When do I take profits? Just for fun, let's click on DCA. Often people in crypto advocate that you do what's called dollar cost averaging. You buy in consistently over time, regardless of whether the price is up or down, because it helps average your price of buy lower. The same thing is true for selling. If you sell a little bit over time, instead of selling all at once, you minimize your exposure to risk and volatility. So Alex, you filled in the information for your Bitcoin holdings here. It looks like you're doing pretty well for yourself. You've got a whole Bitcoin. It looks like it went up from where you bought it a few $1,000s ago, and you want to sell it weekly. So you've put in the information, you've hit calculate, and walk me through just what this table tells you here.
Essentially what we've got going on here is, you know, I picked the thing that I'm invested in that I want to make sure I've got a plan for. What did I buy it for? Right here, what's its current price? I have a total supply of 1, and I would like to sell 50% of this. And I would like to do it at weekly intervals. So it's going to calculate for me over 8 intervals, doing this much, I will have arrived at exiting this position 50%. For the record, it seems like a really, really simple and easy thing to do, but you'll find that when it really comes down to it, it is good to just write these things out. This is something that I definitely messed up my first bull run, and I didn't even get it right in the second time. And only now in the third time would I say that I have a pretty good handle on it, but I never had a tool like this. And I think this is great to kind of help you visualize a little bit and, you know, put some stuff down on paper, and you're more likely to stick to those plans and that rule if you set it and write it down for yourself.
It is helpful to have a plan. And what I love about this is you can save it as a document. So like you do this for every token in your portfolio, even just to see what that could look like for yourself over time, because a lot of folks are doing it in their heads. A lot of folks are doing it when they think about it, and having a plan definitely makes a difference. Let's go to the top one more time. I want to show you just 2 more features here. The first one is the crypto news feature. This is a cool design that allows you to get your news while you're doing some of your research. This is an API that pulls news stories from the website Crypto Potato, so that you're going to get in essentially real time all these updates, like about Gary Gensler's latest love affair with our own Congress, etc.
Yeah, this is a nice, easy to read layout. Of course, with it just looking for one source, you're not going to get a full snapshot. But I mean, the big important stuff, Crypto Potato is one of those sources that gets, you know, queried a lot. I see them on social media all the time. So I feel like it's safe to say that the big important stories are going to get reported and pulled here.
Now, the last feature I want to go to is the glossary. Alex, if you wouldn't mind, just go ahead and show people how the interface works, that you don't even need to click the term. You can just hover over it, and it opens an expanded menu. And it's all these jargon terms that people hear all the time in crypto: altcoin, DAO, DApp, FUD. What's a gas fee? If you hear somebody say something and you think, I wish I knew what that meant, now you've got a tool to help you answer it. It's a totally free glossary. And Crypto Snapshot is updating this all the time, adding new terms, simplifying the definitions that they have here. And I understand that there's a comment feature. So presumably, if there's something you want to add, you can say, hey, what does this mean?
This is one of those things that I wish was more common. I mean, there's so much jargon tossed around in this industry that just sort of gets, you know, used and abused. And I enjoy having a nice I mean, to be very honest, that this is how I learned. You know, I picked a thing, the Bitcoin white paper, I think, to start, and just read it. And as soon as I got to a word I didn't know, I went and looked up that word. And eventually, you know, I had looked up a whole bunch of them, and I just kind of did that until it became ingrained in my head what I was looking at. Short of having to go to a different place every single time to look up a different definition, it's nice to have them all in one place.
Yeah, and if I were a beginner or somebody who just wanted to learn more and work this resource, that would be how I'd spend my time. I'd take 15 minutes a day. I'd pick one of these terms. I'd read it. I'd try one of these tools out, build my budget, or add one of my coins from my portfolio to this dollar cost average and exit strategy. Just starting to use these tools a little bit to learn more. And then I could check the news while I was at it. It's a one-stop shop. It's a Swiss Army knife. And of course, if people want more, they can click that last link, which is join the Discord. Crypto Snapshot has a Discord community where you can share your feedback, where you can connect with other people who are learning just like you. And hopefully over time, this will become a more robust tool as more and more people use it. So the last thing I want to do, Alex, is to put our biz dev hats on. You and I, we love to solve business problems together and figure out how could we make this product better for users or more sustainable as a business. Is there anything that as we've scrolled through it today just kind of comes to mind if you were working on cracking this nut, what you'd want to do?
Probably just more like roadmap items to, things to upgrade. But I would definitely look at a better, more reliable API to pull like price and token data than the free CoinGecko API. As we saw even here, we did timeout and we did too many requests in our kind of testing before we turned the recording on here to get consistent results. So of course that would be nice. Design and layout wise, I think it's good. I think, kind of keep tweaking, improving little stuff like that. Nothing immediately jumped out at me there. With regards to news, if I go back over here, if we're pulling from one news source, of course there's room to pull from somewhere that's going to do a better job of aggregating and getting more stories from more places. And I know that Crypto Panic actually also has an API that you can query to pull their feed directly in as well. I do not know what the cost breakdown there is. I think that is part of their premium service, is the availability of their API for that. But I would look into that for sure, because you're going to pull from everything through that. Shout out Crypto Panic. The budget tools, really cool. I think the specific combination of tools here is super useful. This layout is not super aesthetic, and I'm noticing here, if I highlight and I see this thing that I can scroll down, but I try to go over, it disappears.
Sure.
If I go in here, this is great, good layout thing. And actually, I do really like that you can just click straight back and forth here. Even perhaps just something, I guess I can just click Glossary to go back, but even just like a, back to main or some kind of like that little button just to bring you back instead of just clicking from one to the next one, that could be kind of cool. And I'm getting pretty nitpicky here because honestly, there's not a ton, that I would say really needs to be like tweaked or changed to make this better, because this is for what it is. I'm not being sold anything.
Solid foundation. Yeah.
I'm here to learn some stuff, and there's really good stuff here.
Go ahead and if you would click on trending coins, because I want to give you an example of something that that is another UX feature that I would improve. So check this out. This is again pulling from CoinGecko's API. You've got a cute little tutorial video there that shows you how to use it. One of the first UX changes I would make, and it might be something they need to upgrade the API for, but would be really helpful in a space where people get scammed and schemed, is to make those token names clickable links that would take you to the official website if there is one, or if it works better with the CoinGecko API, maybe just to the CoinGecko page where you can see more information, the official links, backlinks like that that can help keep users more secure and also offer an even more convenient experience. That would be a priority fix for me, is how can we connect our site to other reputable sites to help make people's journey smoother.
And to click that, take that up a notch too. There's just so many different things you could pull to put as much information as possible into these, whether or not you're pulling in, like an audit website's report of this to give you sort of an idea, maybe some sort of score ranking. Like you mentioned, being able to click in would be really cool. There's a lot of good information here, of course, but being able to, I think, see just as much as possible. Another, actually, off the top of my head there, coin market calendar could be cool. Does this thing have an upcoming event? Token unlocks, does it have an upcoming unlock of their supply or anything like that coming out? Is the vesting schedule, updating and releasing more tokens into the ecosystem, something like that. All of these would just be new ways that you could zhuzh this page up even more.
I think one of the ways that sites like this really excel is as aggregators, taking the features we love most from all these other websites and putting them in one convenient dashboard. They've already really done a good job of starting to do that with some of the research tools here. And I think they can continue to build on that. And if they are looking for ways to monetize that are also valuable to the audience, I think a natural extension would be product reviews and affiliate links. Everybody who's coming to a website like this to learn about crypto, especially for the first time or earlier in their journey, should be getting a good, well-researched review from Ledger, from Trezor, from even CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. And if there's a way to help people find a good link, learn about a product, and have a variety of choices, that can also make income for the site, like that would be a win-win-win over time.
Absolutely. Yeah, the possibilities are kind of endless with that sort of stuff too, right? Like there are so many things that people would like opinions on. I could totally see a version perhaps in the future where there is a premium version to this service as well, something you can make an account for and pay a monthly or a per use cost for. And, I'm thinking, Evan, of the most classic question in crypto, right? Thoughts on whatever.
Yeah.
Imagine a little AI interface, a little, GPT front end where you
Yeah.
just ask it thoughts on whatever. And it's, designed to give you this little report, this overview report of this thing that touches on all of these different important metrics. It's going to call a whole bunch of APIs at the same time. Those would probably be paid for. So you could charge kind of on the front end for the service, the convenience, and then maybe download a little snapshot report at the end of it there. Another way to get more investment information. And you can think about like all the ways then you start tying these different features together. It's like, okay, cool. So I've now put these 3 cryptos that I really like on my watch list. Well, if I come over here to my budget tool and I go to my monthly budget planner and I say I've got X amount of dollars that I'd like to invest, every month. Give me a suggestion or an example of how I could split that up between these 3 things if I care more about this one and less about these 2. Like, of course I'm getting in the weeds here, but you can continually expand all of these different directions. Yeah, I think that could be really cool.
Well, this has been a great walkthrough. I'm really excited about free tools that help people become more self-sufficient investors. So thanks to all the friends of Crypto Snapshot who invited us to do this video, who sponsored it for them. And thank you to the folks at Crypto Snapshot building cool tools like this. If you want to check them out, the website is cryptosnapshot.net, and you can find it in the description below. You can find links to support their creators. And then once you get to the website, join their Discord, join the community, let them know that the folks at the Rise Up Media team sent you. And hey, before we go, my final thought is if you love crypto and want to learn more, but you don't know where to start, then check out all the resources in the Rise Up community. Head to the riseupmorningshow.com where you can sign up for our occasional newsletter with the best links, tips, tricks, say that 3 times fast, from all our shows. Check out our YouTube channel for playlists like Web3 101 where you can see tutorials, walkthroughs, how-tos like this one. And then, of course, you got to join us live Monday through Thursday for the Rise Up Morning Show. 7 a.m. Central Standard Time for helpful news, commentary, and answers to your crypto questions. The only thing missing is you. You can catch us in a different time zone for Rise Up After Dark on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central, and where the show lives 24/7, the Rise Up Discord server. Totally free to come in there and ask us a question, and all our premium members get increased access, office hours with us, discounts to every live class, coaching, and all of it, once again, is available at the riseupmorningshow.com. We would love to have you in the community. Leave your questions in the comments. Join us there. And until next time, my friends, thank you for being the best part of what we do. Rise up.